In charge of the ring, Raul Gais Jr. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He wears black trunks adorned with the colors of Mexico, green, white, and red. On the scale, he weighed in at an official 119 3/4 pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring in his 21st professional bout with an outstanding record of 17 victories. Against one lone defeat, 2 draws, 6 of those victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. Puro Chicali. Eduardo, el fantástico Baez. His opponent across the ring in the red corner. Wearing blue with silver trim, he weighed in at an official 120 pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring an undefeated professional with 14 victories. 6 of those victories coming by way of KO. Representing his homeland of Yerevan, Armenia, Narek, the dancing killer, Abgaryan.
All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones que una pelea limpia. Legal punches, golpes legales, here for you. Legal punches here for you. Touch gloves, blood to blood.
And we are set to go. The most famous man inside that ring, Hall of Famer Freddie Roach. He'll be working the corner for that man, Abgaryan. Takes on Baez. This one's scheduled for 8 rounds.
Listo. Box.
Here we go. And guys, I got to wonder if a guy like Eduardo Baez decides to come out here, maybe push the pace a little bit more, see if he can surprise Abgaryan.
Watch your head.
Abajo y arriba, mételo.
Very good jab by Mr. Fantastico.
You like that name, huh?
I like it. Yeah, dude. I wrote it down in bold print.
You're not changing Sean Fantastico Porter, are you, Showtime?
Not at all, but his jab looks to be fantastic right now. And I tell every fighter, use your jab. Your jab is the most important weapon you have.
Stop. You okay? So good?
Fantastico's fine, Sean, but his opponent's the dancing killer. How are you going to look over
killer, yeah.
When you're the dancing killer, I just don't know what to expect from you in the ring. Are you someone who can use the ring and dance and move around? Or
You had me a killer. Early on, though, Baez finding some success. A smart man once told me that a good jab can blind you.
by controlling the distance, controlling the ring?
Watch your head. Stop. It's okay.
Another headbutt there. I think that's maybe 3 right there already. I think a little bit like the last fight we just saw. These guys are both, they're two come straight ahead type of fighters. We may see more headbutts tonight.
This is a good start for Baez for all of those things we talked about. Standing upright, using that jab. He's darting into land. He's getting out of trouble. Typically, he could be there to be hit in his previous fight, Sean. So good to see him navigate that distance well.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the number one thing. Are you improving? Are you trying to get your game better than it was in the previous outing? And use the movement and using the defense is definitely a big improvement by him.
Talk about the movement. Abgaryan, who training with Freddie Roach, man, his footwork is sensational. Gets in, gets out, side to side.
That's the name of the game. I think a lot of guys lose track of that by trying to knock somebody out or by trying to hit somebody 100 times.
Careful not behind the head. Careful not behind the head.
You got to hit and not get hit. Good counter right hand right there by Narek. And I think his game plan is to counter with that right hand like he just did and also get to the body.
Nice international field tonight. Ring City, USA. Last fight, if you were with us, Rajenovich getting the win, the Canadian over the Mexican fighter. And here we've got Mexico versus Armenia.
Ring City goes everywhere to find
sir. That we got Showtime Sean Porter sitting ringside. Straight up legit.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 segundos.
It's a good run.
Good opening round for both fighters here at Ring City, USA in California.
Good job. caught. The jab, I think, was the most important weapon for both these fighters in the first round. We saw it right there from Narek. However, Eduardo Baez was using a great jab of his own through the course of the entire first round.
Freddie Roach, the 7-time Trainer of the Year in the Boxing Hall of Fame. As we get set for round number 2, Narek Abgaryan in the blue with the silver trim. Eduardo Baez, colors of Mexico.
What I like about Narek is he's in control. He's got Baez coming right at him, and in a lot of ways pressuring him, throwing more punches. But Narek is under control. He's seeing the punches that he wants to throw, and he's not wasting any of them.
Well, he's a very classy fighter. It's not just the footwork that Todd mentioned. His defense is always on point. He has a way of getting out of trouble just as the opponent is stretching forward and leaning in. Very good navigator of distance.
And there you see the scoring of Steve Smoger unofficially. He has Baez winning that first round 10-9. Baez, Steve Smoger said Baez was controlling the distance with that excellent jab.
And I'm seeing it a little bit more of a dancing killer this round.
Yeah.
And, you know, just because his name's a dancing killer, it's now about can you move. But, you know, I do want to see that killer instinct, and I am starting to see him use more offense than he did the previous round. It's only the first round. You had to get warm, had to fill out the fighter. But now he's starting to find his range.
And to your point, before this fight started about getting warm, temperatures now dipping into the mid-50s with 70% humidity and a slight breeze. So as a boxer, obviously you come out, you've got a sweat built up, but that's got to be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the best I could to tell all these fighters, keep your clothes on as long as you can, especially when you come out here, because once it hits you, it's like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a minute for you to really get warm.
Mother Nature doesn't play around.
A very good adjustment so far by Abgaryan this round. And it's all coming with that footwork. If you notice, we said Baez getting off early with the jab in round 1. He's had a tough time once he sets his feet finding Abgaryan in front of him. He can't find him, and that's allowing him to give up his height advantage where Narek can do much better work on the inside.
And he switched momentarily for about 20 or 30 seconds right there. And right there, he just spent Baez and then countered with a very good right hand and then right back on his bicycle.
Contrasting styles here in round number 2. 40 seconds to go. This one's scheduled for 8. And going to Kurt Batia's report on Narek and his love of chess and how that helps him. He seems to be a strategic fighter, guys. He's looking for the opening. He's going to take what Eduardo Baez gives him.
He's dangerous with both hands. It looks like he's very good from the orthodox position as well as his southpaw. He looks comfortable in both positions, and he's really showing all of the offensive weaponry he has. Good body, doubled up, hook to the body, hook to the head.
Baez is cut.
Round 2 ends with a flurry. So Freddie Roach has caught his fighter well, and as he continues to do work in the corner, the tributes to the great man continue to pour in. So here we go. Round number 3 between Narek Abgaryan and Eduardo Baez.
Ooh. It's okay. Okay? Just bring it up. Okay, here we go.
Burton low shot. And what you pointed out earlier, Sean, we saw it in this fight earlier, both fighters tend to come in and they're dropping their level down, dropping low. So I'm surprised we haven't seen more headbutts or low blows.
You know what? Narek, he does it because that's a part of his game. That's what he has to do. He's got to change his levels in order to make the other guy miss. However, Baez is you're dipping down to hit a guy. Use your long arms and hit this guy. You don't have to get as close as you're getting. And on top of that, you're bringing your head first, which is causing the head collisions.
Going southpaw again. Abgaryan.
Just switching up like that.
You know, here's the thing. He's shuffling his feet. It's almost like he's gonna. He squares up, shuffles his feet, and it's almost like he's gonna go with whatever offensive side he's on. Is the foot he's gonna put out front. He's very good with from both sides. See, here's the shuffle, and then he'll stop right there. He's got the angle he needs, and now the right foot's out front.
Baez continues to come forward. Abgaryan's footwork continues to be so polished.
See that? Look. Baez forced him back to the left. He just switched up, put his left foot out front, and takes a few shuffles to the left.
Baez showing good class here.
Yeah, for sure. Baez is showing good class. It bothers me when you have long arms, you got good speed, good jab, good straight punches, and you choose to get close to a guy. You don't have to. I think these guys make the fights harder than they need to be.
Sean, to your point, is that frustration? Is that ego? Just wanting to do what you want to do?
And yeah, I think it's a lot of doing what you want to do, and it's no secret. Baez says, hey, I have a Mexican style, and we've said it time and time again that this is more of a straight head style. You bring the action, bring your head along with it, and then in turn you take a lot of shots.
And also, if you're having trouble tracking down your opponent who has phenomenal footwork that we've seen from Narek so far,
you're gonna run into it all.
You're gonna square up and throw eventually.
Yep, you're gonna square up and run into it all.
So Abgaryan receives the warning, told if he does it again, to get a point taken away. We'll see how that plays out.
He basically, they got close, and he bumped Baez off with his head. It's not smart. It's not something you should do. However, guys like that who understand this is a physical sport, they tend to use their head to bump a guy off of him.
10 seconds. Stop the bell.
Much better round by Baez, too.
We'll have the fourth round when we return to Hollywood.
Right here, you see Baez. Narek. He's able to get Baez off balance, and then that's when he delivers his blows. I talked about the ring and the size of the ring not being able to move. You can see Narek's gonna move. He's gonna be in the corner from corner very quickly, but he's got the conditioning that it takes to maintain that type of fighting style. And if you have the kind of conditioning it takes, you can box from the outside, have your back against the ropes like Narek is doing, and be able to turn your guy and get him in the positions you want him in. Right here we see this is a wide view of the ring, and you can see that the ring's it's a little smaller than most rings you see.
Unconventional.
Yeah, right here we don't see Narek using the movement, but if we had seen this right here a little sooner during the wide view, you'd see that it doesn't take many steps for him to get from one side to the other. It makes a difference in terms of your fighting style and what you can do and what you want to do.
And Brian, I've got to ask you, is this normal movement for Narek, or is he having to adjust to moving more aggressive Baez? All the movement for him, and is it psychologically, you're kind of feeling like you're being walked down?
For sure. This is normally Narek can make adjustments, have the advantages in the craft and the footwork. And one thing we talked about, we talked about the Mexican style all the time. Right. It's the overused term. We said, what's the Armenian style? What he told me? He said it's a thinking man style. Fight smarter, not harder. And specifically, he said, we fight so that a brawl can and shouldn't occur at the end of the day. It's going to be interesting if Baez can keep cutting off the ring. We're going to find out right away if Abgaryan can fight as well as he can box on the inside.
And Abgaryan also said, hey, we don't want that fight, but I can make it happen if I need to.
Yeah.
So, we've even seen that. We've seen him lay on the ropes. We've seen him fight back and things like that. But he's definitely trying to get room to think, and Baez is making that hard for him.
Well, Baez, black, green, white, and red trim trunks continues to walk down Narek Abgaryan. And Abgaryan using more head bobs and feints to get away from him. You see the cut of the forehead now of Baez.
Yeah, Baez has transitioned into full Mexican style here, but it is effective. Let's give him that credit. Punches and bunches, cutting the ring off.
Yeah, I hope I didn't paint the picture that a Mexican style of fighting is not effective or doesn't work. The first fight with Torres, I just thought that she should have changed up and done something a little different. And I feel the same about Baez. I feel like he should get some distance and use those long arms.
10 seconds.
Take a look right there. Abgaryan, you're laying your head in there. You're asking for trouble when you do stuff like that. Back with a headbutt that happened in the second round. Baez used those long arms. When you use your head and come straight in like that, both these guys, you're asking for trouble. Narek doesn't mind. And then here's the very last round. There's that headbutt of Narek. He's just laying his head up there, and then he's using kind of the bump Baez off of him. Leaves him with a cut.
Baez says, I'm ready to go. Entertaining fight so far through 4 rounds. Baez has been the more aggressive fighter. Abgaryan maybe the more strategic fighter.
I really use this analogy. You know how when football teams, they run a screen and they want the other guys to come at them,
Right.
and then they toss the ball off? That's exactly what's happening right now to Baez. Narek wants you to come in. He
Drawing
wants
him
you
in.
to overextend, and then he's going to try to capitalize.
He wants you to be an over-aggressive linebacker and come after it. Steve Smoker unofficially, another round going the way of Eduardo Baez as we check in now with Kurumbatia. Legendary trainer Freddie Roach, of course, training Narek, Abgaryan.
Between rounds, he told him, I want more combinations. Something else Freddie does is he will take a deep breath himself and have his fighters mimic that. He feels like that's the best way to get them to take a deep breath. In the blue corner, there's some frustration. They want Baez to trap Narek in the corner. They don't like that Narek is getting out of the corner. When I asked them, how do you trap someone who's moving like this? Sean, you're going to like their answer. They said, we want Baez to go to the body.
Yeah.
Back to you guys.
There you go. Go to the body, but I would even go a step further. Use your jab. You can use your jab. It's almost like a broomstick. And direct your guy. Direct Narek into the corners if that's what you want him to be.
If I'm Baez right now, I'm telling my trainer, thanks for the ideas. I'm doing pretty well out there right now, though.
Yeah, I actually have it 2-2. I'm not in full agreement with Smoker, but I can see. Baez is the more aggressive fighter. Both guys are landing punches.
Punches.
I just don't feel that Baez is in complete control the way that Smoker is.
Abgaryan connecting on that big left. Baez, it looks like to me, he's landing more punches, but are they damaging punches? Are they effective punches?
They might be, they might not be, but let's give them credit for ring generalship.
Oh, no question at all. Absolutely.
You do this in front of a judge, round after round.
Yeah.
You're the aggressor that can win out.
You're the aggressor, but does that mean you're the general? I feel that good body shot there by Baez. I didn't think it was low. He's got a better.
You make the dancing killer dance your dance, right? You make him fight your style on your terms. There's something to be said for that.
I can't argue with that, BC. I can't argue with that. I tried, but I'm going to let it go.
Baez seems to be slowing down just a little bit as we come to the final 20 seconds here of round number 5. And I'll tell you what, it has been this same pace since round number 1. Remember, this one's scheduled for 8.
Much tougher fight than I believe Freddie or Narek really expected coming in.
There's been 1 second, guys, of a feeling out period. These guys, as soon as the bell goes, they are in the middle, throwing.
I kind of felt like the first round was a filling out round, but it hasn't. This pace, this level, it's been here since the very end of the round. The first round.
Look at this, Steve Smoker, unofficial scorecard. Every round going the way of the Mexican fighter, Eduardo Baez.
Good combination punching inside from Baez when they do get close. As much as Abgaryan is trying to gain back control here, it's falling into Baez's hands. The pace of this fight, the direction, the corner, Sean, you talked about that. You end up there, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I felt like it was effective for Narek earlier in the fight using his movement. He was able to turn Baez. He was able to keep Baez off balance. But Baez has slowed him down. And he's really starting to connect with just about everything he throws. Big hooks right there. 3 big hooks in a row.
You talked about Current moments ago. Current's report about how Baez's corner wanted him to keep Narek in the corner, and he's doing a better job of that. He's not letting him out. He's getting his money's worth when he corners him.
Well, guess what? When you slow a fighter down, where's he going to go? He's going to go from the ropes to the corners. From the corners to the ropes.
Watch your heads, cuidado con las cabezas, los dos.
Be smart. Don't lean in there like that.
Both fighters kind of in that crouched over posture, which is kind of strange.
I don't want to get all Phil Collins on you guys, but there's something in the air tonight in these fights. We are seeing some fun action. They are getting after it.
It's been a fun night so far. I mean, I appreciate what Baez is able to do.
Put your hands, Bill.
I guess we're gonna just keep saying it, the Mexican style. This is a very great example of what the Mexican style is. Come forward, very good, very little defense, a lot of shots thrown and a lot of shots eaten. But he's slowing down Narek here in the second half of this fight.
And BC, while we're dropping names, I don't want to go Al Roker on you, but about 5 minutes ago, you guys felt that wind gust come through off the coast. I think it dropped the temperature another 10 degrees. You guys are grabbing your notes.
Did you see that? Yeah, I was grabbing.
Hurricane coming. I've never seen Sean move that fast in a long time.
So, but these guys in the ring, I mean, the blessed position that they're in is they have their adrenaline so high, the will and determination to win, to implement their game plans and make them work, that they don't feel this wind at all.
And correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys aren't sensing this, but Baez's confidence seems to be growing by each round.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with that Mexican style is you want to get hit, and the more you get hit, the more it pumps you up. I believe that Baez is very pumped up right now.
Abgaryan and Baez going. Charles Conwell getting loose as he is part of the main event tonight as he goes toe-to-toe with Matyar Ashkayev. Both men, perfect records. That's still to come here live on NBCSN, Ring City, USA. We move on to the 7th round of 8. Eduardo Baez on the right side of your screen. Narek Abgaryan, trained under Freddie Roach. Maybe in a little bit of trouble if you believe the musings of one Steve Smoger and his unofficial card. And there it is, guys. So go ahead, Sean, make a case for Abgaryan over Baez.
I mean, I gave Abgaryan the very first 2 rounds. I just feel like Baez he's implemented that Mexican style. He's walked down Abgaryan and just making the fight very difficult.
I've sort of been waiting for Abgaryan to figure him out. It's not happening. The adjustment is not there.
It reminds me of something my dad told me really early on in my professional career, maybe even before I turned pro. He says, now that you're about to be pro, you can't just move around the ring and touch somebody. You got to hit somebody with something that hurts and get your respect. And I don't think Abgaryan's got any respect at all from Baez.
Abgaryan, DC, does he have the knockout power? Can he stand in the middle and just fire off one big straight right and drop?
You know, that's certainly a good question. 6 knockouts, in 14 fights coming in doesn't necessarily suggest that. We know he's a classy fighter. He's an accurate, firm puncher. But if he doesn't start putting these punches together, it's time to swing big at this point.
Baez is certainly giving him the opportunity as he is staying right in front of him. Baez, to his credit, also with 6 KOs in his professional career. Blood continues to pour down from the forehead of Baez. That coming from the second round inadvertent headbutt with Abgaryan.
Both these guys are still, I mean, we're 7 rounds in, and they're still both. I'm not saying they're all the way fresh, but they're relatively fresh. I mean, I can see both guys still implementing the offense and defense that they want to use. Abgaryan's still trying to counterpunch. And then on top of that, Baez is able to hit and then now start to use some defense and make Abgaryan miss too.
Baez snapping the head of Abgaryan back with that short left hook.
Pressure bust pipes. That's what we say.
Baez trying to get him into that corner, getting some work, not punching at the same rapid pace he was 2 rounds ago. But to Sean's point, we're in the 7th of 8 round, and this has pretty much been the pace since round 1.
I'm not a chess guy myself, Sean. I mean, I don't know what to do when the board's covered in blood.
I'm not a chess guy either, but I didn't see the strategy, the strategical type of fight that Abgaryan claimed he would have.
I'm not really a chess guy either, but I can tell you right now, Abgaryan's going to need to take the king to get this thing onto his side because he's got 1 round to get it done as we listen in.
Deep breath. No, 1 more to go. Might be marker. You got a marker? Yeah. I'm going to get this slowing down. Go ahead. Get right there. I got it.
Last round, touch gloves.
All right. You got it.
Nice 1-2 right there. The pressure bursts pipes. That's what we always say. And he's been bringing the pressure all night. Hands down. Narek, you don't have that kind of comfortable space that you think you have. Right there's another 1-2 clean. Right there, right down the pipe by Baez there. This is the last round. This is going to be a big round for both.
Let's go. Last round. Toca mante. Let's go.
I know what Steve Smoker thinks. So I'll ask you first, BC, and then you, Sean. You sensing a big upset here?
I'm feeling it. And Baez told us interestingly coming in that he doesn't have much to gain from this fight. He says the pressure is on Abgaryan. There's much more for him from the standpoint of using this fight to advance. And Baez is fighting like a champion. He's got the right spirit, the right confidence level. He's walking him down. I loved him throw.
I tell you what, Ring City doesn't just have boxing on NBC tonight. They got great fighters on NBC tonight. This guy in Baez right here, fighting with determination, grit. You gotta feel like you're in control, but he's still coming hard, coming forward, and throwing a lot of fire right now too. He's still got a lot of pop on his punches.
Not trying to cruise over this last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. The Mexican superweight champion with his identical twin brother, Eduardo, a bantamweight fighter. He has shown what he is made of tonight, making his U.S. debut out of Baja California, Mexico.
And look at this. Every time he touches Abgaryan, he's going to get more and more confidence and just keep going. And that's a part of his nature. That's a part of what he does.
Well, look, fortune has favored the bold and the opportunistic this weird sort of pandemic boxing year. This is the 4th fight since the quarantine started for Baez and a 12-month layoff for Narek. You're seeing the difference in terms of being fresh right now.
I could agree with that. I think that, everybody's different. But, that ring rust could very well have sat in for Narek.
Coming up next, still the main event. Charles Conwell taking on Madiar Ashgayev. 10 rounds in the main event here, Ring City, USA. Right with you, BC. I tell you what, Baez has impressed me to the point of, if you believe Steve Smoker, and why wouldn't you unless you're Sean, he's pretty much in control of his fight, but he's not going out there just saying, I got it, and I'm just going to cruise this thing home.
I gave 2 rounds to the other guy.
What's your favorite part of the evening when you and Steve disagree?
Now I'm trying to punch my power.
Catch there on the left from Abgaryan. Maybe a little too late. Final 30 seconds now.
Big body shot there too for Narek.
We needed this earlier, though. We needed this earlier if you're in his corner.
Call it whatever style you want. Baez certainly came to play, and he is standing toe-to-toe with Abgaryan. Crisp punchy. Look at that, snapping it off.
In a few minutes, we might call it winning style.
There you go.
El Fantastico.
That was fantastic.
They go all 8 rounds.
Decision. El Fantástico. Eduardo Baez.
Yeah.
So he gets a unanimous decision, Sean. I'm sure you're in agreement.
Yes, sir, I am. I heard one judge give him 1 round to Narek. I gave 2 to Narek, but very good outing by Mr. Fantastico.
So he comes to the U.S., makes his debut, and it is successful as Eduardo Baez picks up his 18th